Hey. What's up, man? What's going on? Take your hand out the buckets. What's in the car? Because we just got a call about something. So what's going on? Alright, what's going on?
Are you here to listen or are you here to start something?
I'm here to listen. I don't even know what happened.
Okay, so I'm driving, delivering.
Yeah, I got you.
I pull out.
Okay.
I didn't see the lady.
Okay.
The lady came out of nowhere, almost hit me.
Okay.
And started blowing her horn.
Okay.
Okay, fine. I wave my hand, I blow the horn back. Driving.
Okay.
I'm driving.
Okay.
I make 3 right turns. She's following me, angry, right on my ass. So then...
Go ahead, I'm listening.
So then she pulls up behind me yelling and screaming, so I pull my gun out on her to tell her to keep going.
You can't just show your gun because
it wasn't just showing. I was threatening because she's following me angrily. Like, come on now. If you want to check, you can check.
I mean, I see your gun. It's right there.
Yeah,
I see that.
There. So like I said, she followed me when I made 3 right turns, angry because she got cut off. Waved my hand to say I'm sorry, but she was so angry she kept following me. And she kept following me. When I made the 3 right turns, she wasn't going the exact same place I was. She was following me.
Alright, so this all started with
like I said, I'm not about to sit up there and rest my life for nothing. And she should have just kept going. But she did not. I got nothing else. You want to search? Like I said, the gun is in the car.
You the owner of the car? You the owner of the car?
It's under my wife's name, but yeah.
You have your license on you?
It's in my pocket.
You can grab it. I see it.
Do you have a correct plate on that vehicle?
John, 9406.
Okay, that's right.
You don't want that. Cool if I pay you down, you ain't got no other guns or nothing like that.
Nope.
You just delivering here?
Yep.
You guys sit tight. This, I know you kind of already explained. This all kind of just started from like a traffic interaction. She got cut off and she just got upset with you.
That's it. My last delivery was over here. I pull in and I drop it off. I look. I didn't see her. Like I said, if I'm in the wrong, I'm in the wrong. That's why I waved my hand to let her know I was sorry. Then honked the horn. But she started blaring her horn. So I'm like, okay, I'll drive. As I'm driving, she's on my ass. So then I make a turn. Okay, she makes that turn. I keep going, make another turn. I'm not even over here. I'm all the way over there. She's following me. So then I stop to pull over. As I pull over, she pulls right to the driver's side, angry, rolling down her window. So I pulled the gun out. Then she kept going. Once she kept going, I turned around. Then she tried to hurry up and turn around and try to follow me or whatnot. Then I left. I came from this way to come here just to deliver my stuff. Like I said, when she pulled up, I didn't know what she had or what she was doing. You mad because you got cut off. Go ahead.
Sorry to cut you off.
No,
when she originally pulled up to you, what'd she say when she was yelling?
I didn't hear her.
She's just kind of loud, just yelling.
She was just loud and mad because of the interaction, because I had cut her off or whatnot. Like I said, it wasn't intentionally. I did not see her. It was cars on the side street, and when I backed up, I didn't see her come.
Okay.
And then when I did, and like I said, she was doing like 40 to 25 anyway, because the way that she stopped.
What was the initial?
I would have to look on my phone because it was not this drop, but the other one I was at. It's on my phone because I'm doing delivery for Amazon Flex.
Understandable. I mean, if someone's tailgating me, following me around for a while, I mean.
And like I said, I didn't pull it out just to pull it out. I pulled it out because she kept following me.
I mean,
and then, like I said, when she pulled up angrily beside me, that's what made me pull it out. Because I could have been did it, but she's on my ass the whole time following me.
The biggest thing is, you cut her off.
Mm-hmm.
She followed you around.
Mm-hmm.
A little unhinged.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't see anything. But you still pulled yours out. You didn't see anything, and you didn't do anything stupid with it.
No, it was just to get her to stop following me, because that was my only thing, because she was following me. If she, when I cut her off, if she would have just honked her horn, flicked me off, and then kept going, no. She was like right beside me, rolling up, trying to tell me, like, whatever. I didn't want to hear that because, like I said, I didn't know what she had. This was just to scare her off.
I know
I didn't
real
want
quick
to
and let them know what happened, and then she'll come in.
Okay. Can you just advise her to answer the phone, please? I need some information to clarify a few things.
Okay. I disconnected. If you want to try.
Serial number for Smith and Wesson.
Where are you from? Parma.
Arma.
Yep.
Go ahead with it.
Frank David X-ray 656.
Nope, I grew up in
Frank
Akron.
David X-ray 6565.
My baby mama's parents live over there.
In Parma?
If I pay you to deliver a box of shit to the front door, would you do it?
Yes, I will. I know all about that bull crap with baby mama.
Oh, yeah. Baby mama's parents. Bunch of assholes. Here, why don't we go over here instead of standing in front of the door since you don't live here? Let's go over here. Hang out over here. Yeah. I'm not sure this thing. Okay.
Do I need to have my own wife come get my car?
Not yet. We're still trying to get the other side.
Okay.
Tell me what happened.
Yeah, so I was leaving my house. I was going on Bay Bridge, westbound towards South Taylor. I was going to the Starbucks at Mayfield and Lee. As I'm driving, a car very quickly backs up in front of me. I have to put on my brakes, and I honk and said some things. We start driving. He's kind of going the same direction I'm going. I guess he thought I was following him. I wasn't, doing anything erratic, but I was going in the same direction as he was because I was headed towards Mayfield and Lee. And he pulls over, and I was just going to go around him, and then he pulled a gun on me.
Did he pull up and show you? Did he point it at you?
He pointed it at me from his car as my car. We never got out of our cars.
Okay.
I was going around him as he pulled over. I think that was on Compton, maybe towards Euclid Heights Boulevard.
Okay.
And he pulled a gun on me. And I was like, I don't know why you would pull a gun on me. I didn't do anything to you.
Yeah. And can you describe what the gun looked like?
It was and I don't know anything about guns.
Just color. Was it a pistol? Was it black? Was it tan? Was it silver?
It was darker in color, maybe a slate gray kind of color, I would say. Maybe two-tone.
Okay.
Maybe the top part may have been darker than the other part, I believe. And it was smaller, I couldn't see it from where he was holding it in his hand too much. At first I didn't really realize it was a gun until, I saw it was a gun. And I heard, and he said some things too, stop playing with me, or keep going, or something like that.
Okay. So did you fear for your life at that point?
Yes, I really did think that he was going to shoot it. Really scary. And what's really scary for me is that this car pulled out on Bay Bridge, on my block. I don't know if he lives there. I've never seen him
He's
before.
an Amazon driver. I asked her to describe the gun. She said it was a slate gray, two-tone gun. It was like a pistol looking, So she described it perfectly. She's willing to do a statement. She wants to press charges.
So say she didn't follow you. Say you pulled out and she just flipped you off, and then all of a sudden you pull up next to her and pull the gun out. What would you think that would constitute?
Say that one more time.
So I understand what you did, what you told us, and I understand your mindset. But so say you pulled out, cut her off, she flipped you off, and then you just got up next to her at the next stoplight, pulled the gun. This is just hypothetical. You understand the consequences of pulling the weapon out in a situation where it's not necessary or allowed. You understand what that is, right?
Well, like I said, I felt it was necessary because there was
no,
no
we're not
reason
even
for her.
talking about
Oh,
yours.
okay.
I totally get your situation,
Okay.
but you understand why we gotta wait for her story, because if, you know, in situations where people pull guns out, it's not warranted.
If someone cut you off, you're like laying down there. That's not how that works. Just first thing he goes, are you going to hear my story? Or are you just going to cause trouble? I'm like, the fuck are you talking to?
So, like I said, it wasn't pointed at her. It was pointed at her car to show her, like, just move on. That was it.
All right, sir. You're going to be under arrest, okay? Just place your hands on your back, okay?
Yep.
So I'm going to put 2 sets on because you're a big guy, all right?
What's your damn book good for?
Ag menacing.
That firearm and hit from criminal business.
A simple delivery shift, a quick turn in traffic, a horn blast, and within minutes, a firearm is involved and someone is in handcuffs. Situations like this don't start as crimes, they start as emotions, frustration, embarrassment, fear. And the real lesson here isn't about traffic laws or gun laws. It's about something deeper. How quickly ordinary stress can turn into dangerous decisions when our brains switch from thinking to reacting. This whole incident begins with something most of us have experienced. A driver pulls out and accidentally cuts someone off. The man immediately admits it, he didn't see her, and he even says he waved his hand to apologize. That gesture actually matters. Small acknowledgments can diffuse tension on the road. When someone realizes you didn't mean it, the moment usually passes. But the other driver is angry. She honks. And now we see the first psychological shift. The brain moves into what psychologists call threat interpretation mode. Instead of that driver made a mistake, the mind jumps to this person disrespected me. Once that switch flips, people stop trying to understand and start trying to win. The driver says she followed him through several turns. He interprets that as aggression. She later says she was simply heading in the same direction. That's a classic human problem. 2 people experiencing the same situation, but telling completely different stories inside their heads. Then we reach the turning point, the moment everything could have gone differently. He pulls over. Think about that decision for a second. Pulling over in traffic conflict can feel like control, but psychologically, it often escalates things. You're turning a moving disagreement into a confrontation. When she drives past, he raises the gun. And listen carefully to how he explains it. He says he pulled the gun out to scare her and to get her to stop following. From his perspective, he believes he's protecting himself. But the law, in basic safety, sees it differently. Introducing a weapon instantly raises the stakes of the interaction. The moment a gun appears, fear replaces frustration. And fear changes behavior. The woman later says she feared for her life. She describes him pointing the weapon and telling her something like, "Keep going." Whether he intended to shoot or not becomes almost irrelevant in that moment. A firearm transforms a tense traffic situation into a perceived life-threatening encounter. Now watch the officer's response. The officer doesn't jump straight to conclusions. He listens to the driver's story. He asks questions. He checks the weapon. This is good investigative behavior. Slow the situation down, gather both perspectives, verify facts. But once the woman's statement comes in, the legal threshold changes. From a psychological standpoint, the driver made a very common mistake. He assumed his intent would matter more than his action. In reality, actions carry consequences independent of intent. You can hear the officer try to explain this concept when he asks a hypothetical question. What if someone simply pulled a gun during a minor road interaction? The point he's making is subtle but powerful. There are situations where displaying a weapon crosses into criminal territory, even if the person believes they were justified. And eventually, that leads to the arrest. But look, it's easy to judge from the outside. Stress does strange things to people. When someone believes they're being chased or threatened, the brain floods with adrenaline. Heart rate rises. Vision narrows. Logical thinking shrinks. The mind searches for the fastest way to end the threat. We've all felt versions of that response. Maybe not with a gun, but with words, anger, or retaliation. You know the feeling when someone disrespects you on the road or at work, and your first thought is, I'm not letting that slide. That's the moment where decisions define outcomes. Here's what this means for you. If someone honks at you or yells in traffic, then your safest move is distance, not dominance. Keep driving. Create space. Let the moment dissolve. If you believe someone is following you, then don't confront them. Drive to a public place, a police station, or a busy parking lot. Conflict loses power when witnesses appear. And if you carry something that can cause serious harm, a weapon, a vehicle, even just words that can escalate, then your responsibility increases, not decreases. The more power you have in a moment, the calmer you must become. There's a simple rule that works in almost every heated situation. Distance reduces danger. Distance in space. Distance in words. Distance in ego. Because road rage, workplace arguments, family fights, they all follow the same pattern. One person escalates, the other responds. And suddenly 2 ordinary people are trapped in a competition neither of them can win. The real strength is breaking that chain. So next time someone cuts you off, honks at you, or flips you off, pause for a second and ask yourself a simple question. Is proving my point worth risking everything that comes after it? Because sometimes the most powerful move you can make is simply driving away.